Time's up, Hadron.
Here it comes.
All kids out of the pool for Adult Swim. All kids out.
Lego Lord of the Rings Balrog raised eyebrows for what some fans say is an unfortunate pose. I see it. I see it. Oh, I see it. It's taking a piss on Gandalf.
You shall not!
And he says to her, listen, you got a fine white girl ass. So I don't like the look of this D. Listen, I don't need gay or straight boner pills. My boner works just fine.
Before you go, one question.
Yes?
Where in the galaxy is Sanusi?
Show us your tits and I'll tell you.
Yeah, I want to see movies! I think I've died and gone straight to honker heaven. Boobs are amazing.
They are. Howdy, all. Welcome back to the Daily Dive, the Double Ds, where you, the chat, the gatekeepers, you help me do what I need to do. We took a day off yesterday because I needed to focus on the Starfleet Academy review, and we're going to be doing that for the remainder of the Starfleet Academy period of time. That's the way to put it. And in the future, if there are review days, I will probably not do the show on review days because it really hampers my ability to get the review done in a proper amount of time because the review takes what it takes. First, you got to watch the episode, and I don't watch it at increased speed. I watch it at regular speed because then I might miss something. And then I need to take some time after I've watched the episode to settle on how I'm going to approach it, both in terms of commentary, editing, and stuff like that. Then I have to collect assets from the episode, and then there's the recording of the commentary, which takes what it takes. And then there's the editing process, and altogether, it takes several hours to get a long-form review done. And when we're doing something like long-form review with Starfleet Academy, which is full-on long-form, it takes time. And as much as we have fun with this show, this could be an hour to 2 hours out of the middle of the day. And I don't really enjoy working on anything into the late night. It's really annoying. So when there's reviews, if they correspond to a stream day, not going to happen. That's a rule going forward. I'm implementing that as a rule going forward because it's too much pressure and stress on me to do too much in one day. And you guys don't want me to crack, do you? Do you? Don't answer that. Anyway, but I hope you guys are doing all right. It is Friday, February 20th, 2026. And this is not the Delta Quadrant. I have been playing Star Trek Voyager into the unknown, across the unknown, for the past couple of nights. And I got to say, I am enjoying it way more than I thought I would. Because Voyager is not my favorite of the Star Trek series. I have a lot of issues with it as a show. I still like it. I just have a lot of issues with it. But getting into it, it's a really well put together game for a resource management, strategy, tactical game where they don't want you to follow Voyager's original storyline. They want you to have to end up making decisions that change what happened. And I've had to do that a couple of times now. We had to basically, here it is. It starts off in the beginning. You go to the Badlands and you get dumped into the Delta Quadrant by the caretaker. And essentially, you're going to go through, I think there are 14 sectors in the game. I was looking at the trophies the other day. There are 14 sectors and you basically go through each one. It looks like the systems are procedurally generated every time because we had to redo Sector 3 yesterday because I had fucked up so much in my resource management and my choices. Not in terms of decision making, but in terms of I left myself without the ability to defend myself when I had to do a story mission and fight off some Kazon. So what you do is you go through each sector and you do away missions, you do search, you do resource gathering, management, and you do storytelling. And it's very interesting. And you have choices where you end up where you're not on the rails anymore. You're completely off the rails. And it's a lot more fun and a lot more engaging than I thought it was going to be. I mean, when I got it the other day on Thursday, it was a game time decision. I thought, am I going to get this? Kel keeps telling me to get this game. And it ended up being worth it. It ended up being worth it. And I got the deluxe version where you got 5 extra missions and you get a couple extra characters and extra tech. And I actually ended up playing, looked like I played one of those deluxe missions last night and I failed it. I won it, but I failed it. We got through it. We didn't die, but I didn't get the character because I didn't have faith that I could fool the opposition. So she didn't like that I gave organs over to the Vidians. So she left. She didn't stick. And I would have liked to have gotten her because she would have been another doctor on the ship. Or another doctor or somebody with probably both medicine and scientific stuff. So I could have put her in her science lab. Would have been great. But I didn't get her. And because of, unless we completely botch a sector, I don't restart it. Or if I fail a mission I know I needed at the time, which I needed to get, which I knew I could succeed in at least unlocking, where I wanted to make sure I could rescue B'Elanna when she got split into 2. And we ended up with both regular B'Elanna and Klingon B'Elanna because of it. So I wanted to make sure I got that. So, but generally, we live with our mistakes, or we live with what happens. Consequences matter. So we are now, so it was a little rough yesterday, though. We barely got out of Sector 3. We got in trouble in Sector 4 because, again, I was running out of deuterium. And we couldn't keep the warp core up to get from system to system. So I was running on gray mode where I wasn't taking deuterium from what I needed. And we kept running into a Vidian attack cruiser when we entered the system. And I had to time it just right where I could be at full power and have the fight and survive. Otherwise, the Vidian cruiser, which is a decently heavy cruiser, would rock my world. But anyway, as I'm saying, so the game has turned out to be really, really fun, really entertaining. I don't have set streaming times, because unfortunately today we have no time. I would love nothing more to stream it again today, but we don't have time. We have to do this show, and then I have to do real world, regular day stuff from now until the evening, and then of course we have Ballbusters, and this is a game where the hours just fly by. They fly by. We did 5 hours on the first night. We did almost 7 hours yesterday. They just fly by, and I can't pull up short for Ballbusters. I want to keep going, and I'm not going to game stream over Ballbusters. I'm a part of the damn show. So what we're probably not going to be able to do is probably not going to be able to play until tomorrow night after No Man's reviews, where No Man Wants to Go reviews. So that's the next time I'm probably going to get a chance. But right now, as of this point, after about roughly 10 hours, actually, no, more than 10, 11 hours, 11, 12 hours into it, right now I recommend it. I believe it's cheaper on Steam. The only reason I got it on my PS5 is because I would be sure it would play. I would be sure it would play and I wouldn't have any problems. But right now, I am on board with recommending it. It's a lot of fun. It's engaging. It is real Star Trek. And it's a lot of freedom, a lot of replay value, lots of replay value. The Hatfield, see, I got buddies that play STO. I got buddies. Samuel the Infamous and Kel both play STO. So they've regaled me with STO stories, and I don't want to get into STO. I don't really want to get into STO. What I almost want to do is go back and play the strategy game that came out a year or so ago that made by Paradox. I really enjoyed it, especially with the mods, but the game failed, utterly failed. But I really enjoyed it. But I can't play it because if I do, We have to play Klingons, and because Ariel keeps saying I owe her a Klingon playthrough, and I don't want to give in to her right now. So we're good. But I do recommend Voyager. I recommend it a lot. It's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it. We're having fun. And as I said, high replay value. Because listen, last night we did Tuvix. We did Tuvix last night. And I did what you're supposed to do. I killed that motherfucker. I killed that dirty motherfucker. You're supposed to kill Tuvix. He's a bastard. But the game wants you to, at least on one playthrough, keep him because there's a trophy for unlocking Tuvix. So I'm going to have to do a playthrough at one point where I keep Tuvix alive. It's going to have to happen. So lots of stuff that can be happening going on, and I'm having fun. Bottom line is I'm having fun, and we should do this. No manual saves. Yeah, well, I guess it's because they want you to kind of live with your choices, I think. So I time my reloads with auto saves. Yeah, there should be manual saves, though. There should be. If you're not playing a game if you're not playing a game with the self-imposed rules of live with your choices for a stream, I would say manual saves. There should be manual saves. There should be. I agree, Kel. I agree. But it is still fun. It's a lot of fun. And here's what I believe. I believe if the game is fun and good, you like it, support it and let them know, make a DS9 game. Make a game like this based off DS9 where you're managing the station and basically a year, because DS9 exists for 7 years, 7 seasons. So you manage DS9 every year. And then and you could, like this one, change the things that happen with the Dominion War and all kinds of stuff. Like, what happens if you could do it and actually survive the season 5 attack, season 4 to season 5 attack, or 5 and 6 attack? What happens if you survive that and you don't have to abandon the station to Dukat and Weyoun? What happens? So they should make a DS9 game like this, where you manage the station, do all kinds of cool shit, do exploration into the Gamma Quadrant, all kinds of stuff. So I say if you like the game, having fun, definitely support it. Definitely support it. Maybe they'll make some DS9, make DS9. And what I find funny about this is that we need to wait to have some more numbers, at least a week's worth of numbers before I start to really go into this. I want to compare the positive reception and we'll say social media traction, we'll say engagement, people playing it, compared to Academy. I would love somebody who's good at collecting data, because I'm not. I'm basic at collecting my data. I would love for somebody to do a comparison of how well this game has been received right now compared to the disaster that is Academy. I would love it. I think that would be great. That'd be fun. Because then you basically show, oh, hey, look, put out some real Star Trek. Everybody's happy. Everybody's happy you put out some real Star Trek, as opposed to Academy, which is complete dog shit. Anywho, well, either way, if you haven't checked out my first 2 streams, they are still public. I'm going to leave them public because it's a popular thing right now. I'm leaving public. It's got a playlist. You can go check it out. It's very chill, very relaxing. I chat with you guys the whole time. A lot of chat happening there, so there's a lot of back and forth, a lot of chat interaction. We're having a good time. And if you haven't checked it out yet, check out my Starfleet Academy Episode 7 review, where I rip it apart. And tomorrow night, we've got No Man's reviews, but I'll get back to that when we conclude for today. So what else we got today? I got one thing that I found this morning. Or was it yesterday? No, sorry. It was this morning or yesterday? I don't know anymore. I've had a weird morning. Because we played until 4 o'clock last night, my time, 4 a.m. I went to bed much later than I should have. And I had one of those nights where I just couldn't go to sleep. Hey, Zakid, how are you? Anyway, I couldn't go to sleep last night. So I'm lying there, tossing and turning. It took forever to fall asleep. When I did fall asleep, weird dreams, the norm. But no, we're not going to do an Adam dream journal today. No dream journal. But I'm tossing and turning. I got a chunk of sleep. Then I woke up, to take a piss this morning, and then I couldn't get back to sleep. That was around 9 a.m. So I had about, I would say, 4.5 hours under my belt because it took a while to fall asleep last night. So I got up, I meandered about, I diddled on the internet. So I don't remember if I found what I found tonight or if I found it last night. I guess we'll see the date. We'll see the posting date in a minute for this post we're going to go over as we shift gears, because we're shifting gears. So it's been a weird morning, and then I went back to sleep. Had a really weird. I did have a weird dream where I thought I left water boiling on the stove, and I thought I have to, and I ended up in a sleep paralysis where I couldn't get up. And I'm thinking, oh my god, I left the water boiling on the stove. It's gonna And then I realized, no, you didn't. That was a dream. You boiled water in your dream. You didn't actually boil any water today, you dumbass. It's been a weird morning. My perception of time and what I've done is a little skewed today. But I did find this here. And it's been a little bit since we've had a chance to talk. I believe, it was yesterday. I did get this yesterday. I either found it yesterday or today. So, okay. So it's been a little bit since we've had a chance to talk some James Gunn Superman. Been a little bit because there hasn't been much news, but we did get some news yesterday. We got some news that Jimmy Gunn, the epic dumbass James Gunn, once again proved he's a liar. They're not going to remember this part. Remember, this year's rules to live by. On my list of rules to live by, the edition of 2026 is James Gunn lies. Very simple. James Gunn lies. So we have this here. Warner Brothers film studio leaders Pam Abdi, and Michael DeLuca are riding high on a series box office successes like Sinners and Weapons that could make them valuable addition to either Netflix or Paramount. But those companies already have a talented crop of executives in place who may not want to share their share authority. As for James Gunn and Peter Safran, the heads of DC Studios, their jobs seem more secure with the production about to start a few weeks on Superman, Man of Tomorrow, and the long-awaited sequel to The Batman hitting cameras in late May, replacing them as the juncture be likely to disrupt. So this little blurb has revealed that what was before just called Man of Tomorrow is now Superman, Man of Tomorrow. Remember last year, James Gunn said it's just Man of Tomorrow and it's not a direct sequel to Superman. Well, apparently it is, but now we come to this delightful piece of shit. We've seen him before, Moonlight Warrior. We have used him as an example of Stan coping cocksucking before, but this statement right here, you're already reading it probably. I'm going to read it to you though. This statement right here, it takes simping, cock gobbling, ball licking to a new level. What people don't seem to understand here is the simple fact is that simple film executives can be replaced. But James Gunn isn't a simple executive. James Gunn is what Hollywood likes to call a unicorn. Someone who not only can run the creative side of the film production, but can write an outstanding script in record time, is a fantastic director, a proven money maker, and is someone who film executives generally love working with. Warner Brothers and Netflix or Warner Brothers and Paramount will never let him and Peter Safran walk out the door. Oh my. Have you ever seen anything like this? Listen, I understand that some people have hard-ons for some directors. I do. I don't. I have virtually no respect for directors. I think most directors are hacks. Some have talent, but a lot of them are hacks who generally butcher material, in my opinion. But some people put directors on pedestals and they worship everything they do. That is not me. I've made that clear in the past. But this is putting James Gunn on a divine pedestal. This is weird. What happened to you in your life? I asked this. What happened to you in your life? What happened to this person in their life that they have to be so devoted to James Gunn to say he's all this, he's fantastic? I mean, seriously, dude, just ask him on a date and get railed already. You know you want it. You're thirsty for it. But this is disturbing. And if you see it here, there's others like it. And this is just an example of this moment here, where this person treats James Gunn as though he's perfect. James Gunn he's a hack. He's a one-trick pony. He hasn't really made all that much money in movies. He made some money on Guardians of the Galaxy. That's kind of it. I mean, you know what? Here, let's pull up James Gunn's filmography real quick. Let's put James Gunn filmography and see what he's made. Let's see because we're going to try and refute this right now. James Gunn is a proven moneymaker, this jackass says. So let's bring this up right here. All right, bring it over. All right. James Gunn, director, writer and director. So we got writer and director. So we'll look at them both because there's going to be a lot of crossover here. We'll go with director. Let's go back. Okay. Tomaville Cafe. That probably, no. Sergeant Kabuki Man, Public Service, no. Hamster, PSA. All right, short. So TV. None of these made money. Slither. Did Slither make money? I don't think so. Niche film. Or at least not mega money. We'll look that up too. Slither. 2006. Budget. All right. Slither was $15 million. And now let's go to the numbers. And we'll look up Slither, what it made. Numbers always takes a little bit. Slither, here we go. Slither only made $12 million. So Slither flopped. In fact, it was a bomb. Slither was a bomb. Okay, so Slither, something James Gunn is known for. Flop, bomb even. $15 million, made only $12 million. Failure. People like it, but failure, financial failure. Okay. Sparky and Michaela, never heard a TV series. Short, PG porn, TV miniseries. Super. Okay. Super 2010. All right. Super 2010 budget. 2010 budget. 2.5 million for Super. Super 2010. Let's check the gross. Come on. You guys can't see it, but I'm waiting for it. Numbers take so long sometimes. It's really annoying. No match. No match. So we're going to assume Super didn't have. All right, we'll try Google. Super 2010 gross. We'll see what Google could tell us. Gross. Super 2010. All right. Super. $46,000. 46. Okay, there is a numbers one for it here. Let's bring it up. All right. Super. 40 made total when you include home market and theatrical performance made $1.7 million. So Super, financial failure. All right, so he didn't make money there either. Movie 43. Director, 7 pieces. So he didn't direct the whole thing. All right, Guardians of the Galaxy. Here's where he probably made some money. Guardians because I don't know the gross for Guardians off the top of my head. The Galaxy. And that'll tell us the budget too. That'll tell us the budget too. Okay, Guardians 1. Guardians 1 made a combined total of $700 million. $700 million, an extra $152 million on home market. So about 800 total with a budget of $170 million. So Guardians made money. All right. So it took James Gunn it took him over almost 20 years. It took him about 15 years. No, I'm sorry, it took him a decade. It took James Gunn. It took James Gunn almost 20 years to make money on a movie. So let's go back here for a second. Someone who not only could run a creative film, creative film, a proven moneymaker. It took him almost 20 years before he actually made money on a movie. Okay? Guardians 2. Guardians 2 looks like it made about almost $1 billion. About 800, probably 900 when you add in. Okay, it made about 900 million on a larger budget. So it still made money, but the budget went up. And we know the deal on Guardians 3. Guardians 3 made enough to buy a sandwich and a cup of coffee. So the Guardians movies made some money, but that's it. That's it. What else we got here? Anything else? Superman. Well, we know the deal with Superman 2025. We know the deal. It didn't make money. We know it. We've looked at the numbers. It didn't make any money. So we look at this jackass right here. This guy is a cock-sucking liar, a proven money maker. He's made money 3 times out of 18 times at bat at directing. And one of the times, barely any money with Guardians 3. So deifying someone like James Gunn, who is not that great. It's ridiculous. And you can apply this to so much stuff. This is why you cannot believe these smooth-brained, window-licking idiots who inhabit social media. You can't believe them because they all continually live in a fantasy world. They live in fantasy worlds. They believe they create a reality that suits their needs, that fits into the world as they see it. And they find a handful of people to follow them around so they can create the illusion that there's a lot of talk. There's a lot of interaction, a lot of engagement and enthusiasm, but there isn't. Same thing could be said for the Ben Solo nonsense going on right now. That is all fake. They've convinced themselves that the Ben Solo movie is $1 billion guarantee. Man, the Rude Awakening, they would get if that came out. Wow. So I just wanted to show you case out. I'm gonna bring that back on Sunday, just so that I can get the panel's opinion on Roundtable for that. I want to give her his opinion on what I saw. If my perspective is wrong. Because that's what sometimes the panel and roundtables fall. Have I gone off the rails? Have I gone into the wilderness and the forest? Have I wandered too far away? Have I lost perspective on things? So we're gonna have to check that out. I'm gonna do that. Probably better to pretend they're all great. I know. Because listen, sometimes people you love make shitty things. A lot of Nolan fans, a lot of Nolan fanboys might be in for a rude awakening in a few months with Odyssey. A lot of fanboys. Might be that. Okay, James, I know you guys are going to have fun at MegaCon, and you're all going to have a good time. I have no desire to meet any of these people. None that are on this list. None at all. I have no desire to meet anybody. Maybe it's just part of my programming. I have no desire to meet anybody. I just don't. I mean, only one I want to meet are the hot women, and they're never going to have sex with me. the women that I fantasized about as I grew up as a teenager watching and all the stuff they were in, they're not going to have sex with me. Some of them are a little too old to have sex with me now. So, I mean, that's never going to happen. So I don't have the thing. And John Carpenter's lost his mind anyway. They've all lost their minds. They're not worth the time anyway. So, no, I don't. I do not really want to. No, I don't. I don't have the need to meet people. I just don't. Maybe it's because I've had famous people come in and out of my lives because my mom did hair in New York. I've had famous people walk in and out of my lives at periods of time. And it's to me, it's not anything. Or I've seen famous people walk in front of me and I go, big deal. I'm not. No, we're not talking about cosplayers, damn clanker. We're not talking about cosplayers. We're talking about supposed famous people. Anyway, all right, let's clear the decks here. All right, so let's put up the rules because the rules remain the same as normal. We might be adjusted. Next week there will be a tier. I have to finalize it with Jed. We're going to create an extra new punishment tier for the Day of Doom next week. Reminder: Day of Doom. Once again, I got to keep this fresh. We got new people coming in. The Day of Doom, where I will be at Galaxy's Edge in Orlando with Jed and some others, where I will have to pretend to be a Disney Star Wars stand for the day as long as I'm on camera. We'll be streaming the whole day when we can. Sometimes we'll have to, if we have to go on a ride, we might have to shut it down. But that'll be weird. We're going to have to work that out. We're going to have to work that out for rides. But then again, what rides are there at Galaxy's Edge? What rides are there? Some real rides. Anyway. So Day of Doom, May 25th. Monday, May 25th, Memorial Day. Real Star Wars Day. See, that's the kicker. We're going on Real Star Wars Day. That's the insulting thing. We're going on Real Star Wars Day where I have to pretend to be a fake Star Wars fan. And then we're going to go watch Mandalorian and Grogu. So Day of Doom, there's a whole bunch of punishments aligned with that. We'll review them all closer. As I said earlier in the week, I have completed the fanfic in my head. I simply need to sit down and write it. It's done. I simply got to put fingers to keys or pen to paper, as it were, and create it. And then Jed will take it and do whatever he wants with it. So we're creating a new punishment here next week, trying to add a little more fun to it for you guys. But for now, the rules apply as normal. Make me rant, choose an article, chat, maybe watch us reviews and good stuff like that. All right, why don't we check out the news, though? We do have to check out the news. That's what we do around here. Let's do some refreshes. I know there's a couple stories. I know one of them Dermy's going to talk about tonight on Ballbusters, so we'll only touch on that a little bit. And I'm not really equipped to touch on it anyway. So it's one that we can at least acknowledge and come back to later. Okay, you have a drink. Get going here. Okay. Start, as always, with variety and its garbage. The definitive biography of Carolyn Bessette. I don't give a fuck about JFK Jr. and about these people. Fuck the Kennedys. Statue of Liberty origin film in the works. The Intouchables and Coda producers. I guess it's a historical movie. I don't really. Let's be honest. Do we really need a movie about the Statue of Liberty being constructed and shipped over here? Do we? I don't know. I guess it could be patriotic. I don't know. K-pop Demon Hunter stars on how years of hard work and rejection led to incredible achievements. Well, good for them. Oh, as I've said repeatedly, you guys made me watch it. Objectively, it was a good movie. But subjectively, I hated every second of it because it wasn't made for me. I do not enjoy all things K-pop. I mean, the music has a certain beat to it that appeals to certain people. Doesn't appeal to me at all. But I gave it a good objective rating, and the people like it legitimate. And it has legitimate success. Sterling K. Brown's Paradise Season 2 is heart-wrenching and revelatory. I don't know what that is. How to watch? Is that soccer? I don't care. Greg Allman documentary, Music of My Soul. I don't care about you. the FCC wants they want to pledge. All right, FCC wants TV networks to pledge to air patriotic pro-America content in U.S. for the 250th birthday. You know, that shouldn't be. You should not have to ask that. You shouldn't have to ask that. Patrick Dempsey texted Eric Dane a week before Grey's Anatomy co-star's death. He was the funniest man. It was such a joy. Yeah, apparently so. This dude right here died of ALS, aka Lou Gehrig's disease. So, yeah, he passed away. I feel for his family, and so he's dead. And I guess there's a lot of outpouring for people who liked him. I honestly don't know if I ever watched him in anything. I can't say. I cannot say. Just stop. Don't put that in the ether, dude. Don't put that in the ether. Esther McGregor and Mark Edelstein, that's a name I cannot pronounce, to lead Charlotte Colbert's Becoming Kappa about famed war photographers. Some historical movie. Okay, this will be fun. Ex-Sony Pictures boss regrets Seth Rogen's The Interview and says Obama told him after the Sony hack, "What were you thinking? Of course, that was a mistake." Yeah, because Barry is a great judge of everything. Now, of course, I will say it probably was a mistake because Seth Rogen has been a mistake. Seth Rogen having a career has been a mistake. But yeah, Barry. Well, who gives a fuck what Barry thinks about anything? Composer Mac Richter on his new Every Note Counts series with Champagne House Krug and his first Oscar nomination for Hamnet. Don't care. Chloe Zhao is a visionary. Chloe Zhao is a documentarian that has been pushed forward as some sort of phenomenal director when she can't direct her way out of a wet paper bag. ESPN MLB take new swings at games they hope to bring diehard fans to streaming. If you love baseball, you love baseball. I lost interest in baseball, I want to say 20 years ago. I think it was after the Subway Series is when I thought, you know what? I've seen enough. I saw a Subway Series in my lifetime. I'm good. Yankees won. I'm very good. And then I'm done. It's kind of been that way. I've told this story before. I used to be a sports boy. Used to be a sports guy, man. I was into football, loved the Giants. I was very into basketball. Grew up in the 80s and the 90s watching the best of the best, and then got converted into a Celtics fan. And I got to see the ultimate Celtics win in 2008. The ultimate run there. I've seen the Yankees win enough World Series in my lifetime. And as I said, the Subway Series was kind of the coolest one ever. So I got to watch that. And of course, as I said, I was a Giants fan all the way back to when they beat the Bills in, what was that, 91 or 92? And I remember that. I remember watching that game, praying with all my might for them to hit the field goal and win. And they did. I remember I think, I'll never ask for anything again. Let them hit the field goal. I was full on invested. And I stayed invested. I watched football for years. I had played football, video games, all that kind of good stuff. And when the Giants went through their horrible stretch of nothing, but then won incredible Super Bowls at the beginning of the century here in the late aughts and 2010s. When they beat the Patriots, I thought, you know what? That's enough. I'm good. I've seen one of the most incredible Super Bowl victories of all time and it was my team that did it. And that was enough. So I've seen, and I'm not into hockey, so I don't count that. I tried to get into hockey. I couldn't do it. And of course, I'm American, so I don't care about soccer. So I've done it. I've been to the mountaintops with my teams, winning it all in my lifetime. And I've seen enough. So I cannot find any reason to get excited about the modern versions of professional sports because they're watered down. The athletes in them are, I don't respect any of them. They're not as great as those that came before them. The officiating's only gotten worse since I stopped watching everything. So if you enjoy sports, I hope you find your fun in it still, but I am out. I am checked out. I am done. I will probably never go back. And it's sad because in the hopes that one day I can have a son, I had hoped to share the glory of basketball with him, but I'm just so checked out that I don't know if that he would have to come to it on his own. It's sad. It's sad. I wish I still liked it, but I will say I do not miss sports depression. I don't miss sports depression when your teams lose or when the teams you hate the most win. I don't miss that. Yo, Love is Rebellion as a rebellious bird review. Don't care. Amy Grant on making her first new album. Don't care about your music. Josephine, director. I don't really care what that is. Steve Perry declares it's not true. He might appear in Journey's farewell tour. I don't care. Ubi. Oh, okay. This is something. All right. Oh, we're gonna come back to this one. Ubisoft CEO explains 3-year plan to revamp game publisher through new creative house strategy. More than $200 million in cost reductions. Okay, we are going to open that up. I'm gonna hit a little bookmark with this. Boom. That's a Sunday discussion because you guys know how much on Roundtable we love to rip into Ubisoft. So I think we'll dissect that this weekend. So we're gonna dissect that on Sunday. Mel Gibson consulting with excommunicated Archbishop who once called Pope Francis a servant of Satan for resurrection of the Christ. Okay. Listen, I want Mel Gibson to just keep making this because I don't want him. I want him to forget about making Lethal Weapon 5. I don't want Lethal Weapon 5. Nobody wants Lethal Weapon 5. Nobody wants it. Lethal Weapon 4 had a perfect ending to tie up the franchise. It's done. Leave it alone. Do not make Lethal Weapon 5 because you are too old for this shit. Today to show signs of shift to more typical format as Nancy Guthrie search continues. Okay. Ballad of Judas Priest reviews. I don't really care about that. Gemma Chan on the small miracle of making Josephine. I don't care about Gemma Chan. She's not that hot. I'm still here star Stilton Mello to follow Hollywood Bao in Anaconda with João Paulo. I don't know. Whatever. Ronki Mukherjee says success of Mumbai Super Cop film. I don't care about Bollywood crap. Maxima franchise expands first spinoff. I don't even know what Maxima is. Netflix animated comedy Strip Law is a joke-dense love letter to Las Vegas lunacy. TV review. No, thank you. No, thank you. Big no, thank you. Stop motion Hidari Indonesian dramas. All right, everybody's talking about the dead dude. The Traders reaches 40 territory milestone as all 3 media international sets new partners in Asia, Europe. I don't care anything here. We talked about the Bad Bunny stuff the other day. Melissa Barrera makes Broadway debut in parody musical. Is that Eyebrows chick? No, I don't think that is. All right, that's enough of this. Let's move on to IGN. What do they got? Capcom pledges film action following widespread Resident Evil Requiem leaks. Begs fans not to ruin excitement for others. That's fair. I know plenty of RE guys within my reach that really don't want to see anymore and want the game to happen because the game is 7 days away. Game launches in 7 days. They don't want to have anything more spoiled. They want to have the full experience. And I can understand that. I can understand wanting a complete media blackout and not have things be spoiled because I hate spoilers. I despise spoilers. I hate it. One of the things I hate in the world, spoilers. So much. So I can understand that. And I hope everybody enjoys Resident Evil 9 next week. I really do. Daniel Radcliffe doesn't really want his son to know he's Harry Potter for as long as I can just be his dad. Something about Daniel Radcliffe being a dad just makes me angry. Oh, what, dude, just shut up. Shut up. You're not helping. But something about Daniel Radcliffe being a dad just makes me angry. It just does. I don't know why. It just makes me angry that he's a dad. It just does. I don't know why. I don't know why. Just something about it irks me. Something about it irks me that he's a dad. Resident Evil Requiem has a bizarre ultra limited edition with exercise equipment in Japan, and it's sold out almost instantly. Well, of course, that kind of shit, otaku's gonna be all over that shit, man. Otaku's all over that crap instantly. They'll buy up. Yeah, that's always doesn't matter if they're ever going to use it. It's limited edition, and it'll be put in their collection, and that's all that matters. And I respect it. I respect the devotion. I respect the passion. Otakus maybe help. Listen, I'm not an otaku because I don't collect the way an otaku collects. But in terms of passion and love, I have the same passion and love that an otaku does for his or her franchise. But so no, not but. So I can respect buying it just to have it. Like, I have this. Never going to use it, but I have it. Ubisoft boss Yves Guillemot says 2 Far Cry games are in development as he fends off questions around nepotism and the future of the company. All right, we're going to bookmark this as well to go along with the discussion for Sunday. We're at Jetty just got here. We're having a little Ubisoft discussion on Sunday now. We got 2 articles. They're blowing smoke, and they're hoping it goes up all our asses. Code Vein 2 debuts at number 11 in the U.S. in January, and FF7 is a real good March. Hey, look at that. FF7's doing well with cross-platform sales. But it was hated. It was done terrible. No, it's fun. It's good, and I enjoy it. And if you gave it a chance, you'd enjoy it too. Code Vein 2, that's good for Code Vein. It's a niche series. I think Sam's enjoying it on his Code Vein 2 playthrough right now. I think he's enjoying it. Nintendo has a whole FAQ on why it's selling Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green separately for $20 each. Says the idea is meant to be fun. Yes, we got the announcement today, along with next week, there'll also be a Nintendo Pokemon Presents. Nintendo is re-releasing Fire Red and Leaf Green for the Switch. $20 a piece. I believe this is a good thing. I think this is a good thing because Pokemon gamers really want these re-releases for the Switch. They've really wanted them. And I believe it's going to be received positively. Well, we're going to talk about this tonight on Ball Busters. It's one of Dermy's topics tonight for Ball Busters. And since Dermy is a hardcore Pokemon gamer, he will be in a place to give a better perspective on this. So I think this is a good thing. We'll find out, discuss it. I'm not going to really go into it because I played 1.5 Pokemon games. I played Original Red and I played Coliseum, where you could plug Red in there and download your Pokedex into the cartridge and play it. But I hope people are going to get what they want out of this. I hope they do, especially if it's got multiplayer on it. That would be cool for people who want to play multiplayer on that. Saudi-owned RTS takes full ownership of Evo. Okay. TikTok creating racist, sexualized AI ads for beloved indie games without permission, says publisher. Racisms! I'm going to probably think that it's all in good fun. That a lot of it's a good fun. Sexualized, I don't know. Listen, I probably don't want to see any of it. But at the same time, listen, AI slop is used for a lot of shit. Crying about it ain't going to make it stop. Listen, Rule 34. If it exists, there's porn for it. Suck it up and live with it. Former XCOM director Jake Solomon announces shock closure of studio making next-gen life sim, publishes trailer as Pharrell. All right, I played some XCOM games. Those are good games back in the day. I guess that kind of sucks. But it was niche. Let's be honest, it was niche. So it sucks that they are out of business. This is a bad idea. Harry Potter movie trio were pitched a Wizard of Oz adaptation with Emma Watson as Dorothy and Daniel Radcliffe as the Cowardly Lion, who knew karate. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad they didn't do that. That would have been terrible because I don't really want to see any of them in anything. Ubisoft announces further layoffs, but insists Splinter Cell remakes unaffected. Okay, look at that. We have another article for our Ubisoft discussion. They're just piling up right now, aren't they? They're just piling up for me. Ooh, well, we're gonna have good. I feel like we're gonna have a good talk. We're gonna have a good talk on Sunday about Ubisoft right now and its delusions of grandeur. Embark details how Arc Raiders hurricane map condition will change up gameplay with deadly weather. Hey, man, Arc Raider is still going strong. Still going strong. I, of course, have no interest. Slay the Spire 2 gets stylish animated trailer with March release date and 4-player co-op gameplay. I don't know what that is. House of the Dragon Season 3 trailer lets dragons loose on Westeros as war begins. I've seen the trailer. I am not interested. You guys made me watch Season 2. You said, Adam, review it. Nobody really cared that I reviewed it because I'm not a Game of Thrones guy. I dislike Germ. I think Germ is one of the worst things ever to happen to fiction. You can enjoy it, but I feel like everybody who keeps coming back are like battered wives. They keep thinking it's all going to be okay in the end, and it's still not. Because no matter what, as House of the Dragon will finish, because it was only a small little history book with season 4, it's still just a prequel. It's still just a prequel that doesn't give conclusion to the world that Germ promised you. You're never going to get into any of the books. You're going to be stuck with the fake endings of season 8. And and Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Everybody's having a lot of fun with Night of the Seven Kingdom. It's another unfinished series. And it's an aberration in Germ's nihilism. So I cannot respect anything Germ. I cannot promote it. And I'd have to be made, not just told. A chat made me watch his reviews, made to watch and review this. Because I have zero interest. I hate all the characters. I hate the story. I think it's overrated. It just is. It just is. I think Germ does not have half the talent people think he has. Mr. Exploratory Writer. If you're an exploratory writer, you don't really have talent. You're literally making it up as you go along because you don't have an end game in mind. And that's not true writing, if you ask me. It isn't. And we're kind of there was a Toy Story 5 trailer apparently yesterday. I don't know how that's been received. I don't know if it's been received well. But it'll probably make money. Peaky Blinders movie. They're making more new He-Man stuff to go with the movie. And that's kind of it. Okay. What do you got here? The Bad Bunny movie. We already talked about that earlier in the week. Bob Iger reportedly axed the hunt for Ben Solo without even reviewing the budget. Is Disney done with sequel-era Star Wars? Listen, even Bobblehead Iger knew that movie wouldn't make any money at all. And it's never going to. Even if Dave Filoni decides to save it and the new guy decides to stamp it, nobody's going to go watch this. Nobody cares. Everybody hates Disney Star Wars. The stand base, which we'll find out in a couple of short months, do not amount to anything. It's done. Harry Potter drone show coming to Florida in 2026, but not at Universal Studios. Okay. New details emerge on Elon Musk's Universal Orlando Tunnel project. I have no idea what that is. Starfleet Academy Nielsen ratings raise red flags as new Trek series fails to chart second week in a row. Yeah, we'll save our excuse me. We'll save all Academy ratings discussion for tomorrow night on stream because that's where we're going to talk about that. And that's kind of it. That's kind of it. That's the news. I'm sticking to it. We'll see if you guys give you guys a few minutes. You want, with the exception of the articles that I have portioned off for Sunday's stream, I'll give you guys a chance if you want anything on that. But we're just about at the hour, which means, yay! I did the job. We got the hour in on under my own steam. Let me check the stream elements. Nope, you guys are not. You're not interested in anything today. That's fine. That's fine. Go watch the videos and reviews. That's what I want you to do. Anywho, what do we got though tonight? Ballbusters, 11 p.m. Eastern on Dermy's channel. I don't know who our guest is. Dermy hasn't told me. It's not like I haven't spoken to Dermy this week. He just hasn't told me if we have a guest or not. But it is Dermy karaoke for February. And tonight's theme is Taylor Swift. So that's right. Get your favorite Swiftie songs and do that. Thank you, Hatfield. Thank you. Go. I hope you enjoy it. I'm angry at it as usual with this shit. I am angry at it. Anyway, so tonight on Dermy, on Ballbusters, on Dermy Wormy's channel, we are doing, it's karaoke night. Dermy will be singing Taylor Swift songs that you choose for him. So have fun. Have fun. He's going to try and turn it around on me and sing them to me, but I'm not going to let any of that happen. We're not going to play that. Tomorrow, Saturday, for Saturday Night Drive-In, Jed for recorded edition. As long as Academy's happening, Jed and I are doing recorded editions for Drive-In. We will be talking about Mrs. Doubtfire, Robin Williams. I wanted the Robin Williams movie this week, so I chose Mrs. Doubtfire. Then we've got at 6 p.m. Eastern on my channel and on Jed's channel, we've got Where No Man Wants to Go reviews, where myself, Jed, Brad, and Dermy will pick apart the episode. I'm sure we'll have a fun time doing that. You can join us there at 6 p.m. Eastern. And then tomorrow night, after we're done with that, after I've eaten dinner, after we're done, we're going to play some more Voyager. We're going to play some more Voyager tomorrow night. We'll see how much more I can fuck up the Delta Quadrant. Because we fucked it up. I have done some shit that has fucked up the Delta Quadrant. And it has already been fun. So we'll have some more fun with Voyager Across the Unknown tomorrow night after Where No Man Wants to Go reviews and after I've had some dinner. Then Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern, the round table will be back as we'll discuss the week's events. You already know we're going to talk about the Ubisoft stuff. Jed has another article about Sony and a patent they're doing wants to talk about. And I'll come up with a discussion topic as well. We can all get into things. And who knows? We got a little time left. I might figure out something else. If I might figure out another topic, we'll see what happens. Anyway, join us for that 3 p.m. Eastern, Sunday. And then we'll be back next week, Monday through Friday, except for Thursday, where we will do this show, the Daily Dive, the Double D's Review Chat. You are the gatekeepers. If you're in this chat, you are a gatekeeper. You do your job well. We will have fun going about our business here. So that's it. We're done for the day. And we'll one more check of Stream Elements. Nope. All right, guys. Thank you guys for joining me today. If you haven't done it, as the Hatfield is about to go check out my reviews for Starfleet Academy. Go watch the Voyager gaming stream. It's a lot of fun. We'll be back with that. I'll see you guys tonight on Ballbusters. Until then, take it easy. Have a good rest of your day.